Hello everyone! Welcome to a live stream with yours truly, Tiffany Keene Schaefer. I am the artistic director of Otherworld Theatre Company, and today I'm just going to be really honest with you guys. We had a meeting with Twitch about what we need to do to be better. And what they told us is that we need to be live streaming way more regularly. They suggested once a day. That's really daunting. It's really daunting to think that we might have to stream once a day to be competitive on the platform. But honestly, it kind of gave me a, kick in the butt, honestly, about live streaming more. I kept putting it off because I'm actually a little shy baby. I don't really like being, or rather, it's not that I don't like it. I think that once I start doing it, I'm like, oh, this is really enjoyable, like I did for my birthday fundraiser. But the starting of it, I just get really anxious, and then I put it off, or I make all these excuses about things, about, blah, 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 but no more. This is a year, honestly, of firsts, just in general, and that we just have to be open and honest and do things that make us uncomfortable, and the rewards outweigh any anxiety that I feel. This is going to be a period of growth for me, and hopefully I can also make a better relationship with you guys, our Otherworlders. You guys are our lifeblood. And I miss you all so much. I miss seeing you guys at the theater space, every weekend. So if this is a way for us to connect, I'm all for it. If you have ideas about kind of some things that you would like to see me live stream, because I am going to be trying to do this a lot more regularly, please let me know. Also let me know things like sound quality. Leave those all in the comments below. Obviously this is my first time. I'm actually at my house. We're not in the theater. I'm using my iPhone. I'm using my webcam. I'm in my basement. All of these things that give me, this is our very first time, and it's not like I have the stream team to really help me because it's at my house. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I've kind of set up a way that you can kind of see some of the things that I've been working on, and you can either work with me. I'm actually kind of really excited for this kind of new chapter as artistic director, being able to connect with you guys. So, what I have, oh my god. Okay, first of all, this is just a nice candle. This is not a torch. It is so overblown on the screen. It looks like I'm gonna burn my house down. It is a very simple flame. I have no idea why it looks like that. So don't panic. That's just so funny to me. Anyway, yeah, so this is kind of like the view that I'm gonna put together. I do a lot of crafting at home. Some of you have seen that I do a lot of candles, things like that at my house. Would love to share with you guys kind of that process of how I find my scents of candles. We can even go over some of those scents today. But the main thing that I kind of want to talk about, because I have to finish them tonight, is the invitations for Gala. I hope that you guys have seen, if you haven't already, that we have announced our virtual gala for October 3rd of 2020. And it's very excited because we have Harvey Guillen from What We Do in the Shadows. He plays Guillermo. We have him hosting this really special event, and we have just the craziest lineup of celebrities. Definitely check it out on our website. You can just go to otherworldtheater.org/gala2020, and you can see all of the different options that you have there. Ooh, I hit my camera. First timer. Noob mistake. Don't do that again. Oh god. It's shaking! And there's torch on the table. Yeah, but anyway, otherworldtheater.org/gala2020. You can see our lineup of celebrities, all the different ticket options. There's one that's a free ticket that will just give you a link to the live stream when we do it on October 3rd. There's a gala box that we'll be sending out, and I'm sure that I can do a ton of live streams about what we're going to be having in our boxes. And then there is an opportunity to sit at a table, a virtual table, with a celebrity, and the whole list of celebrities are on the website. So if that's something that really interests you, it is a great way to help our theater in this time that we are closed. And honestly, I just want to see all your faces. I'm really starting to feel it, especially when it's getting down now to theater season. September was when you usually launch your season, and it's on the horizon, and I can just really feel myself feeling a little choked up, quite honestly, about everything. But yeah, would love to have you join us. Every bit helps. Even when you're watching for free, you know, we're gonna probably be monetized by then on YouTube, which, yay, we finally did it. So when you're viewing and you see an ad, just know that those dollars go on us. So yeah, really, really exciting things on the horizon for us. So would love to have you join us for that. Yeah, so I had this open, because I want to, if I see it in the chat, I want to be able to write down any ideas that you have for future live streams. I know that our stream team is coming up with some ideas. You might see us playing some video games in the future. I know that some of our stream team are working on ways that we can do that kind of content for you. I can talk about Dragon Age till I'm dead. So if you want to see me do that, if you want to see me play Dragon Age, I would definitely do it more on like a storytelling lens and kind of give you guys some insight about how I've kind of used my relationship with BioWare, and how, when I've played the games, how I've kind of used their storytelling mechanics in my own work, particularly with Chronicles of the Realm. So if you really want to see that, and also I'm going to just talk about Soulless Forever, because I am a Soulmancer. So if you'd want to see that in a future live stream, please let me know. I will probably be doing a live stream tomorrow, because I just got some soap in the mail, and I have a commission to do a Lisa Frank soap. So it'll be a very sparkly soap. So that'll probably be around 7 p.m. tomorrow. So if you want to join me for that, 7 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to join me for that and make soap with me, that would be great. But for today, what we'll be working on is our invitations. I am on the last leg of invitations, which is another really great reason why you joining me is so great, because I'm definitely feeling that at the end of a large craft, you get to the end of the line and you're feeling really stressed because it's the end of the line and you have to finish them. I've probably made around 300 at this point, and I have probably another 100 to go, and maybe even more, maybe another 50. I also was just told that ComEd is going to be shutting off our power tonight, so yay, glad I have these candles. So I don't know how long the stream will be. They said 10 p.m. is when they were going to start shutting off our power, and it'll be for 90 minutes. So I will probably stop the live stream just to be safe, probably like around 9:15. But we'll see. We will see how this kind of goes. I am just going to quickly hop on over to the chat just to make sure that you guys are not asking me questions and things like that in the chat about things.
Sure.
Ooh, great. Oh my god. Yikes. Okay. Excellent. Yes, lovely candles from Ryan Bond. Absolutely. The first thing I kind of want to say is I have all of these fancy things. It probably looks a lot fancier than it really is. I don't know what anything is on the bottom. That's like a Twitch thing. I don't even know if it works. It might be something that I have to hook up later. I'm definitely using a template, but it is very pretty. And, you know, hopefully in the future I can get these things to work. This was kind of my afternoon, kind of making this pretty, setting things up, so our future chats together can be awesome. And, you know, just aesthetically pleasing. Everyone loves a little bit of aesthetics, I think. Yeah, so I was just really honestly really excited that I got this split view to work because this was something that I really wanted. I just didn't want you just seeing my face as I worked on stuff that you couldn't see. It's just so funny that this candle is like, look, it just looks like it's a huge flame, and it's just such a meager little thing. But yes, so invitations. A lot of people ask me all the time of why I go into such detail with my invitations, why I stress out about them so much, and why I kind of get fixated. That's a very nice word. I get very fixated on the invitations. Drives my husband absolutely mad. But I think that it was kind of just instilled in me that whenever you're putting on an event, every little detail counts and matters. And when you are building something like an experience, even when they first get your envelope, even when they first get your invitation, the experience begins. And so translating that into paper is something that I think that also is a big LARP kind of influence too. Using paper replicas and putting paper into the world kind of makes it more fleshed out. So I kind of feel like all those sensibilities combined together makes me fixate on this invitation. And there are many, many layers to this invitation. The first one that I will kind of go into, how do I want to do this? I have not thought this through at all. I guess we can start with the RSVP card. So the RSVP, next to my torch, the RSVP card, one of the really cool things about our gala, and why you're like, why didn't you do these in advance? Well, it's because when you're booking celebrities, it's really, really hard to get them to commit in a very, I don't want to say timely fashion. That sounds rude, but like, they're just so busy. So like to nail them down, you're kind of like, you have templates and you're kind of waiting for the go ahead. You're waiting for all the contracts to be signed because they are very busy. They are going to film shoots. They are going to, you know, interviews with press. So, you know, getting answers right away is just a waiting game. And then sometimes you wait 2 or 3 weeks and someone says no, which is always heartbreaking, but you just have to move on to the next celebrity that you want to ask for being a table host. So we were having a lot of asks out. We really had our heart set on Hodor, Kristen Narn from Game of Thrones. So I had this prepared in Photoshop for many a month before he said yes, and then I was like, great, goes to print. And so you got this great RSVP card. So our theme this year, if you do not know already, is Sorcery and Spectacle. It's fundraising for a season of transformation. I feel like everyone at Otherworld has kind of felt that, or not just Otherworld, literally the world has kind of felt that this is a period of transition, transformation, taking the things, you know, kind of listening, taking this time to be a place of coming from a place of listening and taking all that feedback and then transforming yourself. I know that I've done a lot of transformation and meditation on, you know, what I like as an artist, what kind of leader I want to be for Otherworld in the future. So a lot of transformation happening for us, and all of it, you know, rising from the ashes of closure and spreading our fiery wings like the phoenix. So I do almost all of the graphic design for Otherworld. especially like invitations and things like that. So I do use templates, and I do use like artwork, and I pay those artists for their work, but I'm the one who kind of like puts it all together in a way that, like an RSP card. So like, I didn't make this Phoenix. I'm not that talented, but I paid an artist to make this Phoenix for me, and then made this like really pretty watercolor background in purple, and like the RSVP, you know, laid out everything, so everything is really pretty. So the RSVP card goes right in there. We wanted this to kind of like catch people's eye that the after party is included in the Gala box ticket. So we kind of put that right in there. This was our save the date, which is why I brought it out. It kind of just, you know, sets the tone. And it was a magnet, so people could put it on their fridge. Highly recommend magnets for save the dates, just because you don't want people to throw it away. Again, with that whole idea of creating the experience, giving them something they're like, oh, that's nice, and then having them throw it in the trash. Some people will still do that, but when it's a magnet, it's just a little less likely. So that is what I do for the RSVP. And then I'm gonna have to scroll away for one moment. This is another reason why it's so nice. You can actually see me pick up all my stuff. Oh, one of the ideas that this could be, I see someone on Twitch say, would love to do a tour of your room. Where are you? Great question. I should probably preface that, since a lot of the time when we're doing these live streams, we are at the theater. We are not at the theater right now. We are at my house. In the basement, I have a kind of craft room where I do a lot of you know, kind of the textile work for Otherworld and Moonrise LARP games. I would love to give you guys a tour. It's a lot bigger over there. You can't really see half of the room, which is all the way over there. But yeah, I mean, like this is a LARP shield that I got from a friend. You know, I have a whole shelf kind of like LARP memorabilia. That would be kind of cool to kind of go through those shelves. I also have a lot of Otherworld memorabilia, past props. I've got a lot of art books. I have a lot of Dragon Age art books. So yeah, for sure, we can definitely do a tour of the craft room. I'm just gonna write that down really quick, because if I don't write it down, I will forget. Oh yes, I'm in a craft room, and the only thing I do not have is a pen. That's okay. I have a pen here. So, tour of craft room. Love that. Okay. We'll definitely, would love to do that for you guys. Okay, so our invitation. This was something that happened this week that was quite stressful. Our printer, it didn't break, but it started printing the colors incorrectly. So we had to get these professionally printed. Thank you, JJ, over at FedEx for saving me. This is kind of obviously the bread and butter of the invitation. Again, I gotta remember to look at the screen so I can see what you're seeing. So Sorcery and Spectacle, again, we have the Phoenix. One of the things that, you know, I'm going to show you the things that I learn as I design things. One of the things that I did not like about this Save the Date invitation, one, I thought the colors came out a little too muted. I really wanted the red of the Phoenix to stand out just a little bit more. And also, this print looked really, really good on the screen, but I mean, in Photoshop, I shouldn't say on the screen. This font was a lot more readable. It's just a little too dainty for me in print. I wanted to be sure that everyone could read it very clearly. So I kind of just upped the saturation a little bit. I changed the background to like a bluish purple. So now more of our colors this year are reds and purples. Very Sailor Mars aesthetic. Can't complain. Getting my Sailor Mars on. And I changed the font out to something that's like a little bit more bold so you could easily read it. This was actually really, really hard to design at first because we had so much information that we had to tell, and we usually do like a flip invitation, like, just a bifold. But it just made, like, the more and more I thought about it, the more and more I was like, we need more space, we need more room. So we have this kind of cool invitation that kind of opens up. Again, with the Phoenix coming out over here. God, it's so glossy. I love paper so much. This paper is really, really nice that FedEx used for us too. It really helps with the folds and it doesn't crack. So these are all really good things. Anyway, you open up the invitation, you see it's hosted by Harvey Gillian. It obviously has his bio there. The Gala box. This is all from the same pack of artists. So it all kind of has a very cohesive theme. However, each one of these items are a separate item, and a lot of these items are actually included in the box, like a wand. So that kind of just helps with the theme. The big after party highlighted, and then obviously our celebrity guests at the bottom. These are just a few of the celebrity guests that we have. We have a lot more celebrities that are lined up, and the full lineup again is at otherworldtheater.org/gala2020. And then another cool thing about this invitation is if you just like fold it up this way, you can see, pictures of our past productions, a little bit about Otherworld and our mission. Join us and answer the call to adventure. That's kind of one of Otherworld's mottos, is answer the call to adventure, because I love Campbell and gotta get my Campbell reference when I can. So this is kind of like the meat, I would say, I guess, of the invitation. And so I'm trying to make this so nice so you can see everything. We have the sorcery and spectacle. We have the after party on the gold paper, kind of having that gold theme here from the fire, kind of harkening back to that. And then we have Vellum. I love Vellum a lot. It gives a high quality feel to any invitation that you do. It's a little transparent, which means that you can kind of like see things peek through the paper, which is kind of like a cool little sneak peek, as it were. I have to cut all of these by hand. I have to cut the RSVP cards, the after party cards. You'll definitely see me be doing that for sure. And I even do a little bit more, as I will show you in a minute, to kind of up the fancy. Oh no! Oh, of course, when people are watching me, I break it. That's not true. It's not broken. It's just a little finicky. Yeah, and I'll just put this over to the side for now. Yeah, so like Vellum is really cool because it just like, even the feel of the paper is just a little waxy. It just kind of gives it a really nice feel. And then what I like to do is I scroll on over here. I'm gonna need all this. I need all the things. Yeah, so in my craft room, I have 2 desks because it's just really nice to have like 2 separate areas. And then I have a wheelie chair and I literally just like boomerang between the two workspaces. So great. All right. So one of the things that really elevates pretty much any paper replica or invitation are corners, the rounded corner. So that's where this baby comes in. This is one of my favorite things I have for paper replicas. It essentially makes rounded corners. for your paper. This one comes in small, medium, and large. And essentially all you do is you just put this corner in there and then it rounds out the edge. This is when my husband goes like, no one's gonna notice that you rounded the corners. Well, I noticed that I rounded all the corners. And you know, you can kind of see like the difference between this and this. That little rounded corner just adds a little, I feel, adds a little bit of elegance. Sorry, I'm just hearing my husband be like, no one cares. I care. That's all that matters. I care. Another thing that I'm doing for this particular invitation, oh no, is this broke? Did this get broken? Oh no, it did. It got broke. Oh no. Or there's a piece that fell off. Hold on just 1 second. My heart is sinking and my heart is sinking. No. Oh, that makes me really sad. Oh, I have to find that piece. It definitely felt weird in my hand. Well, this is going to be spoilers. I was going to do this all different, but what it should look like, so you don't think I'm crazy, is this. So you have like this really kind of pretty embellishment, and I put them on both of these corners. So you can kind of see how it kind of adds this nice little detail when you're not broke. That is very upsetting. Oh, Tiffany's not happy. Tiffany's not happy at all. But anyway, I guess, you know, spoiler alert. So this is the finish invitation when you're skipping a lot of different steps. But yeah, here's more of the rounded corners on the join us. I also did a nice gold foil on this lettering. That's all hand done. I will show you that step in a minute. I put the Gala co-chair thing like here in the back because it's kind of fat, and I paper clip everything so everything kind of stays together because I hate when invitations fly all around. This cardstock is really nice. It's a 110 pound. One of the tips and tricks I will give you to save a lot of money is hand spray glitter yourself on your cardstock. Don't buy the ones in bulk that, I mean, you're just gonna pay a lot more money when you can just do one little spray of a alcohol glitter spray, and it will actually look better. It'll be way more glittery, and you'll save a lot of money. So yeah, and then I just put that in here. I'll also get into this punch in a second, which is this bad boy. That bad boy right there. Tucks in really nice. And then this is the envelope that it comes in. And I hand did all of this metallic mica on the invitation. You can just kind of slide that right in. And voila! So actually, these are just brown. This is just a brown envelope. You can kind of see the little imperfections that kind of show you that it was hand done. I saved these from the trash. Someone was going to throw them away because they ordered them in red and they came in brown, and they were like, well, I didn't want brown. I'm just going to throw them out. And I was like, I'll take them. And I've had these in my closet for probably 8 years. And then this was the year, because once we decided to go with the trifold, I was like, I have the perfect envelope. Now, if I was ordering these, would I have chosen brown for this particular invitation? No, but that's why I was like, oh, it's fine. I'll just do a nice glitter rainbow glitter application on the envelope. I have a lot of TikToks of me spraying envelopes, so if you want to see that, you are more than free. It gets everywhere. That is my one thing about alcohol glimmer shimmers, is that they just, you know, you're going to be covered in glitter for sure. So yeah, that is like the invitation, essentially. Obviously we stamp them and we put a nice label on them, but I don't want to do that on camera because, you know, it's people's actual addresses. I can show you though this cool guy. I gotta stop doing that. I can't keep slamming, because if I keep slamming, then you will shake. So I will show you how I did that. As I look on the ground for that piece that fell off of this hole punch, because that will drive me bonkers if I cannot finish the rest of these invitations. I mean, I could just go with a rounded corner on all sides, but it's just not as cool. Very sad. This is when my husband says, you are too much. That's probably true. That is probably true. So, the outside of the envelope. I figured out in advance how I was going to do these folds. This is kind of like my very messy, I was trying to figure out how big the trifold would be and how much room I wanted, and then how I was going to do the insert, you know, on the back. So kind of figuring out all of the different, how I wanted that fold to look. And then when it was folded like this, because one of the things that, one of like the kind of the downsides of using an, gotta be better with that. Using an envelope like this is because when your guest goes to get all of their stuff, if you didn't have this black part, what could end up happening is that they reach in and they don't grab all of the stuff. Even with a paper clip, they might miss a few things in the envelope. So it's really nice to have this black sleeve that kind of protects everything and makes sure that when people are grabbing the invitation, they grab the black sleeve. And since everything is paper clipped inside, they are sure to grab everything. So that is what the sleeve is for, essentially. It is the very pretty wrapping paper and making sure that everything stays together when the guest goes to grab it from the envelope. But this looked a little boring to me. Like, this looked a little, like, really unfinished. I didn't like that it just kind of looked like construction paper that we folded over. So I used that, I used glitter alcohol spray, which gives it this really nice sheen, and also it dries pretty instantaneously. It won't get everywhere. Like, if I really, like, I'm a little sparkly, but, like, it's pretty much on the paper. It's not very, like, about translation. So here's what it looks like with these scores in place, and I had to do some cutting. How I do these beautiful scores is it's this. I actually had a question. Somebody asked me a question about this on Facebook and was like, what is that cool thing? It's a scoreboard. These are really super handy, especially if you're going to make your own paper replicas or invitations. I will clear the way for the scoreboard. Yeah. So what I've done is, and they're kind of, you can kind of see them, but these are my little, just a Sharpie. I like marked it very, very super quick so I could do very fast scores. You can see that like this was an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. I cut it down, and this is the edge that I cut with the paper cutter, and then these are my scored edges. So how you score is you have these tools in here, and essentially you would just go down and make the score. And to really get a good score, you just turn over the paper and you do both sides. And there you go. You have your score. When you want to get a really nice sharp fold, that's essentially what the score is doing. And then you can use, this is called a bone folder, and you just flatten that edge with the bone folder, and it makes a really crisp edge. If you didn't use this and you just tried to fold it without doing any scoring, first of all, you would never get this exact with your measurements. You would kind of, and you would also kind of have like weird looking folds. Let me see if I can show you on this, which is my, so like, well, let's not use my bone folder, but see how hard it is to get that looking nice? Even when I just fold it, you know, obviously I did it with no care in the world, but like, it's like all of this buckling happens because you didn't score the paper. Whether when you score the paper, it's very, very precise. And this fold looks really, really nice. And then you have your other fold here. And you don't get any of that weird cracking. See how crisp that looks? You can tell that I'm just like, what a crispy edge. What a beautiful edge. And then you get that nice kind of folded envelope. Again, I'll show you the difference. So like you have this edge, which is like very lumpy. You have all these weird creases. And then this edge, where is very super clean and defined, and it feels really nice, where this one is like no mass. Here, I'll show you one more time, kind of, you can see. Yeah, that edge is like just really rough. So, super clean and professional looking. Your edges are great. You can make your own envelopes this way if you really want to. But again, this still kind of looks to me like folded construction paper, so I did want to elevate it a bit. And that's where my handy dandy, this guy is awesome. I don't know if you are into paper replicas, but essentially what this allows you to do is it allows you to make a really awesome border. And usually I don't, usually I hold it upright, so I usually don't do it this way, but I'm trying to show you. Cool. And then it cuts out that beautiful detailing, that beautiful damask pattern. And then what you do to make sure that the, oh God, how do I show you? How do I show you? How you make sure that the beautiful damask pattern continues correctly is that you line up the pattern here with the pattern here. So it's like that flower bell. Just line that up. That's how I usually do it. I usually don't do it flat. And then line it up again until you reach the next edge. And there you are. There you are. A beautiful beautiful scalloped edge. And like sometimes you'll get like these little guys. I don't even know if you can see it. I just rip them off. Boop. They're gone. And yeah, there you go. Now you have a beautiful scalloped edge. You can just, you know, throw these out. Just put these in the garbage. Great. So that gives you your nice folded edge. And look how pretty! Look how pretty that is! Ooh! See, and that's like, just like those jitters that I'm just getting, that's what you want your guests to feel, right? When they're opening the invitation, they're like, oh my God, all this detail. And they might not realize that you hand did this or hand punched it, but a part of them knows, I think. Let me see if I can show you really, really quickly. This is the glimmer, the sheer glimmer I use. It's a craft spray. You know, super cheap. It's like $4. I used 2 of these for 400 invitations, and I will probably still have a little bit left over in this bottle. And all you really do is you just do just little sprays like that, and you're done. And I do one, I usually do these more in bulk, so like I'm doing a lot of them at the same time. But for now, I'll just do the one. Yeah, and then I let these, I mean, it dries pretty quick. I mean, it's a little wet right now, but like maybe give it a minute and it'll dry because it's alcohol. But yeah, just instantaneous sparkle paper, and you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for the sparkly cool cardstock. And I think it's actually, I mean, it's just a lot more glittery. Like, you can kind of see like how much this really sparkles, and they have different kinds of this. I wanted silvery spray for this, but they do have a gold and they do have an iridescent. So the iridescent one would probably look very cool, very unicorny. And if anyone knows me, they know I love unicorns. So yeah, this is this part of the invitation. Very super cool. So then, when putting together the invitation, we have a join us card, which is this. Now, another thing, this is kind of like from my development days and working in fundraising, is having the personal note card is very, very important to your invitation. If you work in development or nonprofit, I highly recommend that if you're doing invitations, especially you know, hand ones that are going to be delivered in the mail, when you can, put a personalized note in. And if there's, you know, reach out to your board, and if your board is giving you addresses, you know, put all the invitations together, then give them to your board and include a note card and say, hey, will you write a personalized note to your guest, personally talking about the organization, or personally talking about the organization or how you got involved and why it matters to you. Just that little personalized touch to each invitation really means a lot to your guest, and really helps with solidifying them to remember your event and attending your event or donating to your event. So that is why this note card is so very important. I originally went for the Join Us in this black, but it started looking a little gothic to me, especially with this detailing. I mean, I don't mind it looking a little gothic, but I wanted it to look a little bit more on theme with our sorcery and spectacles. So that is when I decided to do gold foiling. Yeah, this is, you know, on Facebook, I was like, I'm going to talk about how I made my life harder. Well, here we go. So, gold foiling. Gold foiling, you can do at home very, very easily. I highly recommend that if you are doing a lot of paper replicas, if you're doing them for LARP, if you're doing them for invitations, doing things at home, wanting that nice gold label on maybe some of the things that you work on at home, maybe it's like tags for your business, labels, what have you, highly recommend a gold foil. Gold foil always elevates anything. People love their sparklies. People are nibblers for sure. And a nice gold foil really tells your guests that you're going the extra mile. So how do you do gold foiling from home? So what you're going to need is you're either going to need a gold foiling machine, which I do have, or you're going to need a you might be able to get away with a laminator. The thing that and how this works, and I will go into it a little bit. It's the heat that you're really going to need, and you're going to need a laser printer. This will not work with inkjet. So here is the join us. I made these in bulk, you can tell. I also rounded these edges out just to give it a little bit more of that polish, because you know I love me a round edge. We already went over that. I'm going to try to show you. Oh man, you're gonna see some of my mess, but I will show you. I have a mink essentially, which is a gold foiler. It ranges to about maybe like $70. You might be able to get a coupon from Michael's, but I tell you, it's worth it. It pays for itself because your guests will appreciate it, and you will have a gold foiler forever. So the reason why this only works on laser is because of the toner. And the toner essentially, laser uses powder pigment for making their inks. And what essentially is you're doing with your laminator or your gold foiler or your mink, you can also use a Cricut if you have the foil pen. Essentially what it does is it's heating up that powdered pigment, and it's making it rise, and then your gold foil will then stick to that pigment. Inkjet printers use water-based ink, which is why it will not work, because it's water, and the gold foil, it doesn't matter if you heat it up, it will not stick to the foil. Now, that is what, but the inkjet printers can use shrinky dinks. I have an inkjet printer and a laser printer upstairs, and I'm very excited because I got the inkjet printer on donation, so I'm able to finally do shrinky dinks at home. So maybe I could do that for a live stream. We can make shrinky dinks together. If you don't know what shrinky dinks are, essentially, it's like it's a paper that you can put through an inkjet printer, and you can make homemade pins essentially. So gold foiling. So yeah, you're going to line it up like this on your paper, and then essentially here is what the gold foil looks like. You just line it up on top like that, and I will definitely need more, so hold on just a sec. I'm gonna need more. Boop. See why I need 2 desks? Like, I need to do that. This is the gold foil. It comes like this. Highly recommend if you, like, for LARPs, this is so nice. You can like have gold foiling on all of your letters, documents, you know, pieces of paper that are, you know, from the elves or what have you. It's super great, and people just really enjoy a nice gold foil. When we did Albion School of Sorcery, I did gold foiling on all of the letters of acceptance to Albion School of Sorcery, and it just added like a little magic, honestly. Gotta add a little magic. I made this really super fat because I'm doing this in a way that I usually don't do it because I'm filming. But what I like to do is be real, like, whatever is not going to be touching the toner on the paper is going to be wasted, essentially. So I usually make way better cuts, and I will use like my cutter over there. But for showing you guys, I was lazy. I don't have a lot of room. I have to stay between the two unicorns. So here we go. This is what it looks like. You can tape this if you want. I'm not going to. Let's hope that, I don't think it will. But I'm going to plug in the mink, and hopefully I will be able to show you. I don't have a lot of room. All right, the torch has to leave. The torch has got to go. 4 is watching me right now. That's nuts. This was not planned at all. So the fact that 4 people are watching me is amazing. At least on YouTube. I have no idea about Twitch. Twitch, the fly team mistress. Okay. Oh God. Okay, we're gonna go through a little bit of a shake. Sorry about that. Can this even fit in the frame? I have no idea. It's between my 2 unicorn strips of washi tape, but I guess you'll see enough. You'll get the gist. So great. I'm going to plug this in. I was a little bit worried about power because this will take a lot of power, but I should be fine because I usually watch YouTube videos, live streams of other people while I gold foil. So great. Yeah, this is a gold foiler. Oop, I gotta turn it on. Come on. There we go. I go all the way to 5. This is all the different heat settings of your Minsk. 5 is obviously the hottest. How hot the toner gets is how well your gold foiling is going to stick. So I usually just always go to 5 just to be super safe. You can try the lower settings if you want. The minks will let us know when it is time, when it is ready. When it is ready to rock. We got our gold foiling here. Here's things that you gotta just watch out for. Here, right here, this would not get gold foiled. So we gotta. There we go. There we go. We're gonna wait for that to shine green, and then we will gold foil this. You might see that one of the join us's went here. The gold foil slipped a little bit, and this is the toner. So the toner comes into this sheet. This is a plastic sheet that comes with a Minsk. I'm probably going to have to get a new one after this batch of invitations just because I've done so much gold foiling. The toner will eventually start to wear on the plastic, and you probably are going to want a few of these anyway in your arsenal. I just happen to only have one at the moment. Kimeen. Turn Irish, turn Irish. As my grandpa would say. My grandpa would say that at every stoplight we would reach and it was red, and he was from Ireland. So he would say turn Irish. And I found out later that he stole it from my other grandpa. that little phrase. Okay, Bean. I should have done this earlier, but I did not. Everyone's waiting with anticipation for my Minsk. This is, oh wait, it turned Irish. It turned Irish. Okay, so the moment of truth. You put it in the gold foiler, and then it kind of just takes it, and then I just hold it on this side. This is when my husband goes, "You're gonna do that for 400 invitations?" And I did. Yes, I did. Because you want to spark joy. You want that spark of joy when people open your invitation. For sure. And then by now I can stop holding it. Boop, boop, boop. I'm hoping it won't run into my microphone. Usually I would just let it go, but I just don't want it to fold into my microphone. And I might actually give this a second pass. I usually do a second pass if it is the first time I'm using the Minsk, just because it's probably not as hot as I want it to be. And I just get super, you only kind of get one shot at gold foiling. After the first pass and the second pass, you'll be fine of just doing one pass after that. But when you're first turning it on, it's just not as hot. And it'll be way, way more hot if you just, do it a second time. And it will allow you to get that nice gold foil. That nice gold foiling. Yeah, you can kind of see it now. See how you can see that now it's white? That's because the gold foiling went to the second layer. So, exciting. Exciting stuff. That's kind of what you want to see. The anticipation. There we go. All right. Ooh, it's hot. Very good. That's what we want. All right, for now, I'm just going to turn this off. And move it again. Sorry, the world will shake once more, but I just kind of wanted to show you what the Minsk is. Unplugging it, and I will move it back to where it usually is. Very, very cool. Oh no, my mic! First timer. First timer. Poor babe. There we go. There we be. We're alive. We're okay. Oh, I don't want to see you though. Go back. My unicorns that tell me how far. Okay, cool. All right, here we are. Gold foil time. You can take it out. Yee, look how pretty. Look at that. And you can see how much gold foil I wasted, but also like you can kind of see like where the gold foil lifted. So all this other gold foil is actually good. So I might just kind of keep it for like, that will probably be one or two. This isn't expensive, but it's not cheap either. So I do try to keep scraps and, be a little bit more conscious of what kind of things I do. Now this one did shift a little bit. So as you can see, this one shifted and it went like this. So this one got gold foiled, but the one underneath it did not get gold foiled. Look how pretty. That's so pretty. That's so nice. And this is like super great. This is super satisfying. I don't even know if you can see it. Can you see it? You can kind of see it. Gold foiling. Super cool. Super great. Make sure I take that one that didn't get any gold foil out. I will have to redo this one. Put that to the side. But yes, anyway, gold foiling at home. It also kind of embosses it. It lifts it a little bit from the paper. So, no one knows I do this at home, But I know. Custom. Everyone loves a little bit of customization. Oh yeah. Ooh, oh my god, I hit it. I'm so sorry. It's hard. It's so hard. Okay. So, this in here, how do we attach it? There are two ways you can attach it. I'm going to just use double-sided tape. that I put in a roller, just because I did so many of these that to go to a tape dispenser for every single invitation, I just couldn't. I also had the little dots in the stripes, but that ran out real super quick. So there we are. And so you have the sparkle and you have that nice gold foiling. Look at that. The money shot. That's so great. Okay. You know, I am so sad that that one thing broke. Of course it was going to break while I was on camera, but you know what? It is what it is. At least I still have my handy dandy rounder. Because I don't mind a crisp edge, but like this just doesn't seem like a crisp edge kind of invitation. So that one goes in the bottom. We do the RSVP card next. And then we do our main invitation. And because I was just so worried that they would not all stay together, I got these really cool, I mean, these were only like $6 and I got 300 of them.